once again I'm going to try to pull the Timberwolf pack combo, still with blue. Probably we should try to go just red and green here, but anyways, I want to try to see if this is possible, and the deck has received a major workout. We have Jaddi Offshoot to stay on the early games and also giving us something to do for 1 mana maybe, but only 1 copy because the deck is too crowded with lots of non-creature spells. So running Tireless Trackers to pose a threat to the opponent, so we buy some time with the Tireless Tracker while we try to set up the Timberpack Wolves. We have Reclamation Sage because we cannot afford to let so many enchantments on the loose. I cut down the numbers of Essence Flux because as long as we don't have early play, we are not going to want to use them. A single Radiant Flames, Eldritch Evolution. We have Thopter Spy Network because we are going to have many clues probably. Therefore, we get the tokens easily if we get this in play and there's some clue out there from beyond to get us a little help with our mana requirements. Also many ramping spells, well not many but quite a few, and more basic lands and more Evolving Wilds because last time I felt like we got a very disproportionate number of lands, either too many or either too few, but I think that running the basics lands should help in that respect. So 4 copies of Evolving Wilds and much more basics and much more ramping spells should help us. And finally, Woodland Bellower. I decided that this is worth to run because we might get to copy this guy with the Flameshadow Conjuring, and that is really good. So let's try to see if we get some interesting action with this deck and hopefully set up the wolves. But well, I was much more hopeful last time, but we'll see. What can we lose if we try, right? Come on, let's go ahead. So in the last video we faced some technical issues because some of our opponents really wasn't playing and it was really annoying. We have 1 wolf, we have Reclamation Sage and 1 interesting ramp spell. I think this one is a keeper. So let's begin with the Evolving Wilds and get green mana just in case we draw a 2-drop that we want to play. Opponent in black and quite possible also blue. I mean, it's possible he runs any other color, but given his choice for the deck aspect, I would say it's black and blue. Now we can wait a little bit. So Nissa's Pilgrimage is going to be ramping us and also thinning the deck, so we get closer to getting all the Timberpack Wolves. Yes, it's like Artistry. Soon. Okay, 1 forest to the battlefield and 1 to the hand. We can, if we feel like we need more lands, we can get back the Evolving Wilds from the graveyard using Pulse of Murasa. Here, opponent Naked Liliana. So, what to do? If we draw a blue mana, almost there. Yeah. So I think I'm going to... I should have dropped that one forest here. Alright. I think I should have used Pulse of Murasa to bring back the Evolving Wilds and get the Island so we can activate the Wandering Fumarole and kill that Liliana. So having the wolf out is not going to do us much good because it gets shrinked by Liliana. We risk to lose the Timberpack Wolf. So far only black. Perhaps he's running just black. Right, a nice zombie is out. So now Liliana is going to be out of reach for us. Kiora, not so bad actually. Okay, let's go ahead with Kiora here. Get the Evolving Wilds, getting some island. So playing the Timberpack Wolf might be what we want to do. So thing is, by playing Timberpack Wolves, it gets exposed to Liliana, or even worse, Liliana's ult. I think I'm saving this back because a Flashback Marauder is likely to happen. Maybe something worse. Now here, hopefully the opponent tries to kill Kiora with both, but he got the Kaiboni unhallowed. Though he destroyed his own token just to make this one grow. He is missing 1 point of damage. There was no rush to do that unless he suspects us having some powerful removal. Altered Ego is quite nice here. Saheeli's Artistry. Alright, I think the Greenwarden of Murasa is the one that we want here. We take the Pulse with us. Yes. Drop Forest. Untap no creature. Untap the Fumarole. And drop the Timberpack Wolf because we probably can duplicate the wolf next turn, but probably Liliana wants to shrink either one of these and kill the other one. So he's running some possibly Madness Delirium black deck. So let's see, he can throw this one here. Okay, I think getting this one out should help. This is able to return soon. Now this is 4. Radiant Flames. So I think we have to kill Liliana. We could send both to attack here. We could send the Fumarole to so if I copy I could copy the Greenwarden. That would be so fun because we recover something nice from there. We can do, but if we want to write in flames, but this grows. Okay, without getting extra X, we copy our wolf here. We're going to deal 2. This is, of course, this one has grown larger, but now we can remove that pesky Liliana. Well, not quite yet. We would need another one of the wolves, but I think it's fine. We are going to untap. So the Greenwarden should be blocking the Garibani Unhallowed, and then we might think into, we might want to recover that one from the graveyard, and the show goes on and on and on. The attack happens. Let's block. Do we want another Radiant Flames? No, we do not want anything because that will get the Greenwarden exiled. So it's better to keep them in the graveyard. So Woodland Bellower quite powerful here. We're going to bring another wolf into the party. Yes, finally! Oh, the opponent pretty much has to kill one of these. This is going to keep growing and growing, but at least we kill the Liliana before she does too much damage to us. And we get 3 of the wolves out. Well, one of them is a fake wolf. And untap this and this. Right here, we might be tempted into double blocking his 6/8. I think it is worth doing so. Yeah, he can't kill both of our guys. Probably he wants to remove the Woodland Bellower. He gets Liliana, and I think we can get the Reclamation Sage in the graveyard before something worse happens. Let's see what the opponent gets rid of. And it was, well, another one of these guys. So he has blue somewhere. And this can be used to discard on purpose. Now we have the Herald of the Pantheon, pretty good one. And here we are going to make that Liliana suffer. I think she dies with this attack, and we get to actually untap plenty of our lands. I mean, we can untap Fumarole and another another land. Let's see. Not Liliana is not going to survive this one. So here Kiora doing a very great job because we have kept her alive. So the opponent probably should not block anything because whatever he does, Liliana dies. Unless he has some instant for 1 black, So opponent let the damage go through. Maybe he's not there anymore. Let's untap. I'm not going to untap this one yet. Let's go with the Timberpack Wolf and another so we can cast the Pulse of Murasa. And I'm going to recover the Greenwarden just in case. Our life total pretty huge thanks to having cast this very same Pulse of Murasa twice. Necromantic Summons is going to steal something from us, perhaps the Woodland Bellower, or maybe he wants the Liliana. No, he stalls, he's going to steal this one. I don't think the opponent has any target, non-legendary green creature. He just wants the 6/5 on the board, but we can copy this one now. That could work. We copy this, all those get the pump. Instead of copying this wolf, we get a copy of the Woodland Bellower and we get to search for another one for us. And just in case of a possible languish, I'm not going to play anything else here. Should I attack? I don't know. Possibly I don't want to attack still, and let's untap. No. Untap the Wandering Fumarole, so we get all the colors. Now, not even if the opponent doesn't kill the Herald, there's not much point into dropping this like at this moment. So we have 3 wolves up there. We can recover one from the graveyard, but maybe we want to have the Pulse of Murasa with us. So opponent, well, a very greedy deck I think the opponent has. Continue playing. Yeah, too greedy. So, alright. Kind of sad that we don't get the duplication via this Flameshadow Conjuring, but look at this. We have 4 of the wolves on play. Pretty awesome here, and if we attack with these 4, the opponent has to block at least one, and any of our attackers can kill any of his blockers. The opponent might have Grasp of Darkness to shrink one of them, but probably he would have already used it if he had that one. Alright, and we are going to untap this. Yes. Alright. It's still not necessary to drop the Herald of the Pantheon. So now we have only 3 of the wolves. The opponent is at 10. We can even send the Fumarole, and that is 6 powerful attackers. And not to mention Kiora might get to his ultimate soon enough. It's not the intention of my deck, but apparently it does work sometimes. And at the Displace. Displace these 2, but we lost. This can become a copy of the wolves. We can recover this one back to hand, or Pulse of Murasa back to our hand. Okay, let's say that we have already won this and we can toy a little bit with our games. So the only sad thing is that we don't have the what do you call we don't have these enchantments in play. Let's go with this one. This is an altered ego. I guess it's going to become altered ego when we exile it and return him to the battlefield. So this is Greenwarden's activation. Why is this on the graveyard? I think it didn't work as I suspected. No, this is one that we wanted killed. So we can bring back the Displace. I think is the best idea here. Yes. No, we lost. The altered ego went to the graveyard or disappeared. Well, I will have to see the replay to see what actually happened there. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and send these guys to attack the opponent mad. This time he can have something to kill the wolves somehow. He's at 2. Okay, alright. Opponent discarding again 2 cards and bringing this one back from the graveyard. He has talented telepathy. He should probably have used it, but somehow he doesn't seem to have any Iceland or blue mana. Pretty weird, because this one has a double blue cost. So here we are going to displace matter. Confirm. This should enter untapped, I guess. Bring Pulse of Murasa with it, please. Yes, and cast Pulse of Murasa. We get Woodland Bellower. No, Altered Ego. Let's see what we draw into. Our life total at 38. I think it's pretty nifty. So we can copy again the Greenwarden, get Pulse of Murasa, but the only thing I could try to get is Saheeli Artistry back, and we are not going to be able to cast all of that. So let's just get a huge wolf. Uh, 10-10 Timberpack Wolf. Just finish the opponent, unless he has some life gain or some removal at instant speed. He's gone. Yeah, I thought so. Well, I think the opponent went overboard with his blue spells without blue mana. Alright, so we can't say that the wolves did their job, but let's see if we can get better. So that's at least we won once. Let's see if we can repeat and try to get some more clues and enchantments and fancy stuff out there. Now a totally unknown deck with the default image. Let's see what he has prepared for us. Now we have one of the wolves, the Mia's Journal. I think this hand doesn't have much action that we want to use. A little better, not exactly excellent, but we have something going on. If we get to draw more lands, let's hope we do. So we have some mana acceleration thanks to the Cultivator's Caravan. If we get to 3 lands, let's hope we don't get screwed. Right, forest, just in case we want to drop the Herald next. Let's hope we get another land in the next 2 draws. I think the opponent is running a light deck, maybe? Blue, red, probably a multicolor ally deck. So we have 2 of the wolves and no lands. In this case, I do not want to drop wolf so early in the game, but in case we don't get land, at least we get a 2/3/3s with this play. The opponent might have Twin Bolt or Fiery Impulse. This card, I think, is a little bit weak. 2 mana, 2/1, and this ability is very expensive. Now the opponent is going to be drawing like there's no tomorrow. Alright, we have 1 enchantment with us. So therefore, I think I'm going with the Herald first. So if the Herald leaps, we can cast the Ulvenwald Mysteries. If we get a land, probably we want to drop the Caravan or the Flameshadow Conjuring. So, depending on our next draw, we could go Timberpack Wolf or Woodland Mysteries if it's not an untapped land, or Tireless Tracker, Cultivator's Caravan or Flameshadow Conjuring, provided this Herald leaves, otherwise all our plans are void. Opponent chose not to attack. Probably he doesn't want to expose this to double block. So we can assume that he has no combat tricks to make this one larger, but he might be running some instant damage. So we have a tapped land that is going to come in very handy. But okay, let's go with the mysteries. So at least we get some value out of the Herald. We gain 1 life, and now if the opponent gets to kill one of these, we at least receive a token, a clue token that gives us a 1/1 that we might use for something else later on, and we also of course draw, very important. So opponent doing nothing still. He might activate the Fumarole, but I think I take 4 because that means he taps out for that. And I think depending on we getting lands or not, I think Cultivator's Caravan might be a good play. So opponent tapped out to play the flyer. He has no, so he doesn't have a 2 mana spells. Yeah. Interesting. So I think Tireless Tracker is for sure the best choice here, or Shadow Conjuring or Cultivator's Caravan. No. Let's get the Tireless Tracker so the opponent has something to do. Now if he happens to have removal, this is the main target, and he's going to probably ignore these other ones, and that's exactly what we want to happen. Changer. So I think the opponent has a wannabe prowess deck, but probably he couldn't unlock all the cards. Sweep away the Tireless Tracker. Well, kind of obvious. So probably the opponent should have waited a little longer to do that thing, because these two can fly, and we got this one back into our hand instead of the top of the library. Reclamation Sage, in case the opponent has a scary enchantment coming up. So here I want, okay, so cool. Let's get the caravan, and do I want to draw? Not yet. We can crew the caravan. That's something interesting. Now let's see what the opponent has here. He has two flyers. This one has prowess. That's pretty powerful. This lets the opponent draw. And I think we should use the clue as soon as possible. We miss 1/1/1 counter, but we draw and we get a 1/1. I think that's much more useful. We just wind, so this returns to the hand. Actually, that's a little bit helpful. We should probably... okay, another one. Alright. We are not crewing. Maybe I should have crew to avoid these two from attacking. I mean, to prevent these two going to our face. So we are going to take 10 damage here. Oh no, I could have killed this. So, pretty lame play there, guys. I'm sorry. This one should have been blocking this other. I should be at 8. The opponent should have one less creature there. What to do now? So I think the best option here is to drop the both wolves. Okay. Skip the attack. Silly me, I completely messed out that one. So we might lose because of that mistake. Opponent can activate the Fumarole. That would be actually good for us. He has dropped one of his lands. He has one card there. Clutch of Currents over... which one? One of the wolves. Stay back. Oh, oh, that was a misplay. Oh no. Well, second misplay, and that's it. Ouch! 5 in the air, and either way, he has 3 attackers here. Well, he chose to hold back these guys. Doesn't seem too smart, but okay. Pulse of Murasa. Another mysteries. We have no enough lands. We die to the flyers. We die to the flyers. If I play this, we have 5 mana. This we get recover 1. So I think it is about time for the Herald of the Pantheon there, here. Alright. So pretty much I'm screwing the game. Sorry guys. Let's see if these times I can properly use the abilities. I think the opponent should have placed all the counters over the Wandering Fumarole. Instead, let's see, if the opponent has a counter spell, we kind of die. Choose a creature. Okay. Get your Evolving Wild. We have to target one thing. I thought we could do it without targeting. So we gave the opponent an Evolving Wilds. That's not so good, guys. So Radiant Flames is the only thing that can save us. And if the opponent has an instant, even Radiant Flames doesn't save us. Yeah, alright. Tireless Tracker. Yeah, it wants to gain 1 life if we drop the Conjuring. Alright, we might still get there. And I can play, actually I can play this to get another life. Well, we are still here, but if the opponent has a sorcery or instant, it's over, guys. Okay, let's see. I don't. Okay, we are missing plenty of life, and the opponent has too many creatures because of that misplace. He drew a land, and it is another flyer. So not good, not good. The -2, not powerful enough. Maybe if we get to copy one of the flyers, target creature can't be blocked. 2, so he's not attacking with the Storm Chaser Mage. Okay, he's sparing our life here. But next time we are not going to be alive to tell the tale. Pay with 2 clues here and attack with this one. Has haste and we can attack with the wolves, at least one. let's see what we find here. So our lack of anti-air defense also played an important role in this outcome. Evolutionary Leap might help us finding the wolves. If we live for another turn, we gain 1 life here and lose 1 blocker. It doesn't matter too much. So we have been defeated mostly because of my misplay and also because we don't have something to deal with the flyers. Radiant Flames, where are you when we need? Well, let's see if the opponent has something that he wants to do. Maybe I think he's going to just finish us off. Indeed, he's making the land unblockable. And we are going to crew our Caravan's Cultivator. We can crew that one again, but why? Just because. Alright, let's go ahead and try to earn a victory. Kind of very messy deck here. We have running yeah, pretty, I would say that it's not for the faint of heart. Let's try to make something work this time. Okay, versus battle. Okay, final game. Alright. This is, despite the outcome, is going to be the final game. We are going to say goodbye to this deck with this match. If we ever want to make the wolves happen, we are going to need some different deck and probably cut down the blue or the red, any of those. Nice starting hand. I'm going to keep it because these two are going to be played on 2 and 3, and we can follow up with Saheeli or vice versa, depending on what the opponent does. So the ramping, looking forward to the ramp. So let's begin with the forest. Now Saheeli is good, but actually I'm interested in his -2. So I don't want to expose her to early threats. So let's get this out and see how the opponent responds. So I think despite having the Explosive Vegetation up, no, it's not up. What am I saying? I was confused. I thought this was Nissa's Pilgrimage instead. So sorry guys. So it makes easier to take the decision. Now we have to choose between Saheeli or the Mysteries. I think the Mysteries is the proper one because now if the opponent kills the Herald, we at least get the clue, and that's always welcome. Not to mention we gain 1 life, and Saheeli can wait a little longer. So the only thing that is going to make me not play Explosive Vegetation next is if we draw the Flameshadow Conjuring. So here comes Nissa. Well, good thing that Saheeli can get the Planeswalker's loyalty down. That's pretty cool. The opponent in a red-green ramping deck. So now look at this opponent. We also have ramping. Let's first attack. The chance of the opponent blocking here is probably not going to happen. Here, Explosive Vegetation, getting rid of 2 lands from the library, and I think we have doubled everything with this choice. So he has, I think he has a ramp focused deck. He can easily get Saheeli now. Attacking with the Nissa. We can leave up the Fumarole ready to block the Centicore Incarnate. Tireless Tracker. Never mind. So if the opponent has some removal, this is going to eat said removal. So if I drop Saheeli, we cannot activate the clue to save the Tireless Tracker. So if the opponent tries to fire Impulse or Twin Bolt the Tireless Tracker, we can save him with the clue. Otherwise, he can have a more powerful spell. Nissa probably is flipping this turn. Let's see. Indeed, she is. Maybe the opponent should have tried to attack before. Well, now he's a 7-4. That happens too. So let's see if he wants to keep this one on defense. Oh, the Hellkite can easily take down our Saheeli. That's really bad. And also, he might kill the wolves. Not a spot that we want to be. So we draw, and it is a Cinder Glade. And now we have triple Timberpack Wolves. So let's do this. Get 1 clue. Let's kill Nissa before something worse happens. So fog happens. Alright. And the opponent has that scary dragon up there. So here we are going to drop 3 wolves on the same turn. And if they die, they die, and we get a bunch of clues, and Tireless Tracker might survive. So, interesting situation here. If the opponent ramps again, we might lose the Tireless Tracker or the Herald. Let's just get this one out of the way. Nice. Too bad we hadn't this one before. So if we draw a blink spell, this is going to be awesome. Well, a very impressive defense the opponent has going on. Ah, yes. Oh my god. So this is 3, and we can alter ego and get 2 more wolves. Well, we could actually copy the Cinder Incarnate, but no, we're going to Okay, this one, please. I know what did I did. I didn't. No. Okay, I'm dumb. I should not. Why did I give him the +1/+1 counter? Ah. The opponent left. Alright, sorry about that misplay. Let's continue playing. So just contemplate our 4 wolves. We are missing one of them because I'm a little bit idiotic here. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, and I skipped the attack for some reason. Yeah. Why did I? Okay. Opponent kills this. We do not get the clue. Woodland Bellower. Yeah. Alright. That is happening. He's going to get the Sage. No, he got the Sylvan Advocate instead. So he doesn't care about either of these two enchantments. He kills this. Well, we are not in a horrible spot. We can trade everything for everything unless the opponent runs another fog. This is bad. The Echo might kill our Tireless Tracker or the Herald. Well, better this one. We get one clue. Okay, not bad. And okay, this is maybe a little bit of too much damage, so I'm going to block here. Doesn't matter. Well, finally, this is the proper way to play, guys. Sorry about earlier. So we do not want any counter on the Altered Ego here. Alright, first off, I'm going to create a token that it's a copy of the wolf. Sweet. And now I'm going to flash these two. No, actually no, cancel. Does it change something? I'm going to flash these two. That's it. That's correct. That's right. Do I want to make copies of this? Yes. And the other one? Yes, please. Now, look at this. Okay, screenshot. Well, despite all of the misplays, I finally did it. Well, I think it can be much more powerful than this, but look at this nice pack of wolves out there. Yeah. Thanks to our opponent to let us do this, and well, dream has came true. I hope you have enjoyed this game, and let's open a pack just to commemorate this victory. And soon we're going to visit another interesting deck. I have some ideas, such as the energy deck, and also this Flameshadow Conjuring stuff has given me some more interesting ideas to play. And a black artifacts deck might be something that at some point we want to try. Cold Prowler. I don't see any reason that you might want to run this on any deck given the other options for this same cost, but who knows. Aradara Express, pretty aggressive vehicle that requires a crew of 4, a little costly to crew, but he has menace and 8 damage is quite the it's going to be quite a punch. Glimmer the Genius, very good for an energy deck. Glint Net's Crane, so in a deck that wants to play many artifacts might be very useful. And the Fleetwheel Cruiser with Trample and Haste, one of the most aggressive vehicles you can run, and it only takes 2 to crew this one, has haste, yeah, very powerful. So I hope to see you soon. Until next time, sayonara.